Welcome, everybody, to episode 322 of The China Show, The Real China Show.
Indeed.
We've got a very special one for you today. You're going to walk away with some genuine knowledge and some genuine pushback to some nonsense that you hear from people who just read these stupid articles about China and believe them.
Or watch TikToks and
For sure.
short form media.
But of course, 322 is where?
322, episode 322. Shout out to Puerto Vallarta in Mexico.
Cool.
And also shout out to all the people like us suffering in this East Coast heat wave. It is brutal. It is awful.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys have air conditioning.
Absolutely. Unlike Europe, apparently.
Yeah, apparently
Anyway.
I keep hearing about that. Yeah.
Let's saunter right into it with what's new, everybody. This is where we talk about what's new specifically with regards to China. Before we do this, actually, since we talked about the heat wave with Europe, there's been this nasty thing happening where the Chinese internet has been posting these viral videos of them using air conditioning on their pig pens to say, look at Europe suffering and we can use air conditioning on our pigs. It's a bunch of nonsense. But one thing that's also nonsense is they show these, in China, they use water to cool down the people, and they show mist falling off of some high-rise buildings or from street lamps. Let me tell you what. Those particular misting things, of course, they're not everywhere.
No.
They're very seldom you'll come across them. And they're designed to keep particulates, specifically pollution and dust. Mm-hmm. It's to combat that because China has such a massive pollution and dust problem in certain cities that they need to literally spray disgusting water, by the way. You do not want to be touching that water. It's it's toxic water into the air to try and bring the dust and pollution particles down. So when you see those, don't be all like, oh, they're so nice to help their citizens cool down. No, they're there to try and just combat pollution that they're choking everyone with. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do we got going on here?
Well, a little bit of training, the military training they do in Chinese universities.
Yes.
They make all the students practice to be soldiers.
There's a reason why, if you basically take a look in our background, I have chosen this background today, because what you're seeing here is one of those military trainings they do in the universities.
That's
It's
right.
like a compulsory 2-week thing they do. And they just basically make them march around. Don't worry, guys. Everyone's like, "Oh, scary." No, I've watched this stuff. It's lame,
don't worry
dude.
about a thing.
If you've ever gone to a summer camp or done Boy Scouts or something, you're more military trained than any of these university students.
100-fold. Anyway, they're doing some medical training in these
Let's get back to
military
it.
training here. So let's see what they do to transport these victims to the ambulance.
Yes. It's pretty uncomfortable. Oh, dude, rough. This poor guy. Oh, that's even worse.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, that
Yes.
sucks. Is
Yeah.
he dead?
No, he's obviously very limber.
Oh my gosh, I hope so.
Yeah.
Would you be able to? I would be dead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think I'd have a fractured spine or
for
something.
sure.
For
sure.
I'd be paralyzed. Anyway, let's take a look. This is, a food stall.
Yes.
Dude's preparing. You know what's kind of crazy is you see they're preparing the food in the background there in takeaway
Yes.
buckets.
These are for the delivery driver.
Yeah, so the delivery driver is going to come pick up that and take it to whoever's ordered it on whatever app.
Yes.
Ulama or Meituan or whatever. Let's take a look at the actual meat that they're preparing.
Now, the reason this is coming to light, you can pause real quick, is we've seen a war happening.
Yeah.
I don't know why we haven't covered this in earnest, but there's an internet war right now between India and China.
Yes.
And India is going out there to defend itself because China was going out, the Wumaos were out in force
Dude.
trying to take down India, say it's poor and they have a caste system and all this stuff. And India countered back and said, no, you have a caste system.
By
So
law, you do. Yeah.
they've been, China's been going out there and putting out gross Indian food hygiene clips, but then India counters with
with
these.
the actual truth of China.
Yeah.
This whole India thing has been going on since forever.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I was in China,
It's a flare-up.
If you talk to Chinese people, they'd be very racist towards Indians. They'd be like, "Oh, they smell bad," and this and that, and all that kind of nonsense. So it's funny to see the Indians push back, and they're doing a great job of digging up all the clips of real China and posting them online. Oh yeah, well, how about you?
Yeah.
It's like
By the way,
calling the kettle.
we
What?
missed a opportune soundbite.
What?
With the last clip. Why did we not play barbecue massage?
Oh yeah, of course.
You know?
I may as well.
He's getting stretched out too.
Yeah, he is.
know?
Yeah, he is. Anyway, let's take a look. So, of course, this is wonderful. Now, what you're seeing here is a delivery driver went to go pick up an order.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is what they call like a blind restaurant or something. It's like when you open up, think about DoorDash or Uber
Yeah.
Eats or something. When you open it up and you just see like, oh, Molly's breakfast sandwiches or something, you don't know that that place actually exists
No.
unless you've been there or you've seen it in your area.
Yeah.
But imagine you're just going, oh, that looks nice. You click it and you see this beautiful menu. You see these beautiful pictures of like sandwiches. You choose one and then, someone goes and picks it up and delivers it to you. It could literally be someone in a cemetery, like preparing
Why in a cemetery?
preparing stuff in a crypt,
Yeah.
with
I mean, it could.
barefoot with using leftovers from like a trash bin. You don't know,
True.
right? You don't
True.
actually know. And that's the
And that's
problem.
how I prefer my food,
Yeah,
actually.
sure. But that's the problem in China is that you've got a lot of these enterprising people who've thought, you know what? I can just make a fake thing online to make it look all fancy,
Yep.
and I'll just cook it like in squalor.
Yeah, let's have a look at what this one looks like.
Yeah, so the guy arrived, but the boss wasn't there, and he's arrived to pick up the order. So he walked in there and he saw the kitchen, and this is what he saw. So he posted it online.
And this is actually a really interesting phenomenon, is that in China, if you're a stranger to someone, they don't really care about you, right? So these people making this food, they're doing a job. They don't care about the hygiene.
What do you think that pot full of like murky liquid is all about?
I don't know, but it looks real good. It's shill broth, probably.
Yeah, it's probably shill broth. You know when you get those shills that go to China and they're like, you can order for like $5 and it's delivered to your door in 10 minutes.
So many food carts.
God, dude. Okay, fine.
It's relevant.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So many food carts. So many food carts.
Yeah, these shills.
So what happens is, it's amazing. Oh, I can get fried noodles delivered to my door in 10 minutes or whatever, like half an hour or something, and it only costs like $5.
Yeah.
That's because, first of all, you're taking advantage of slave labor. The people that deliver don't get anything, and you're eating this. So congratulations, well done.
Yes.
Gold star for you. What is
A
this?
new food trend in China, which I'm not going to say anything, right? But I would like to know what the audience thinks.
Yes.
What is this supposed to be?
Yeah, can you explain to us why this has come about? I mean,
It's some sort of croissant.
it looks like it's got like cream. Yeah, he's like putting condensed milk on it or something, maybe.
Oh,
Bro, there's something sus about this.
I just got the willies.
It's just
Oh,
gross.
this
Don't
feels
say
bad.
that word.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Felt
Like
bad. It just felt bad.
maybe some comments.
Yeah. Why is it hairy? Hairy croissants. Chief Microwave says black mold. Pube pastry.
Gross.
So, guys, some of this just all right. We
Okay.
elicited this. That's our fault.
Yeah,
we didn't
yeah.
have to go all the way. I'm reading
Yeah.
some very nasty stuff.
Let's move
here.
on. This clip has gone around and it's quite funny because we're going to talk a little bit about sort of patriotic tourism. We've shown you in the past where remember we showed you that clip where the guy beat up the actor that was pretending to be a Japanese soldier?
Yes. Oh, what a wonderful clip.
So there's this whole thing going on in China where what you can do is you go on these patriotic tours. It's usually middle-aged, elderly people. They like to do this. And they all take a bus somewhere to like a historic place where there was a battle or something. And then they pretend to be chased by Japanese or they watch like actors pretending to beat up Japanese people or something. So this bus driver's had it. He's obviously been driving these uncles and aunties around for hours and hours, and they sing these patriotic songs in the background. Take a look at his face.
This song is called 没有共产党就没有新中国. If there was no Communist Party, there'd be no new China.
Yeah, this guy's wishing that there was never a new China at the moment. If you take a look at it.
me to the old one.
So they'll go to places like
relevant,
this. Can
yeah.
you explain what this place is?
Yeah, so if you go on patriotic tourism tours, they're absolutely going to take you to Changsha. And the reason they're going to take you to Changsha, which is the capital city of Hunan, this province in the south.
Yes.
Probably familiar. If you're not familiar with Hunan, you might have heard of like Hunan food. It's very spicy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
It's good. It's one of
Yeah.
the better cuisines of China, right?
Yeah.
Usually it uses like vinegar-based sauces, so it's a little sour and then also spicy too.
Yes.
And if you've ever seen that kind of like red jellyish pork, right?
Yes.
That's Chairman Mao's pork. That's from this
Yes.
area, right?
Yeah.
When you go on these patriotic tours, they'll take you here because this is Mao's
Isn't it called
hometown.
like Hong Shao Ro?
Yeah.
Should be Hong Shu Ro, like red book pork.
Red book pork.
Yeah, a little red book.
Yeah, well, they
Yeah.
didn't have pork back then,
Yes.
so they're all
Yeah.
starving. So one of the tours will take you to Mao's hometown.
Yes.
And everyone goes there and they say, "Oh, I love Mao. He did so. I love that he killed 70 million people in my country."
Sure.
And you go and you see the most asinine, like unimportant places.
Yes.
In fact, I ended up in one of these places one time by accident. It was actually up north, and I stumbled across this random museum on a motorcycle trip in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And there was a guy in there, probably in his 30s. And it was a Mao museum. And it was like, this is where Mao sat. This is where this is his blanket. You know, it's like bull. There's a wax statue in there. And he made me dress up as a PLA soldier and like hold like a spear.
That's
and he's
ridiculous.
like, don't get too close to the Mao statue. He's like, and he's like wiping it off and stuff. Anyway,
so
you can go see Mao's vegetable garden.
Okay, so this is where I suppose he planted vegetables or something?
Apparently in his hometown. Would you like to see it?
I'd love to see Mao's vegetable garden.
Well,
I'm
now we know
sorry.
why everyone's
Yeah,
starved.
exactly. That's very apt.
It's
because
poetic.
under Mao, like up to 80 million people starved to death.
Yes.
And I guess it's because he didn't know how to grow vegetables for shit.
I do see some token spring onions there in the middle.
Yeah, because they cut the leeks in China. Is
You know
what they call
happened? Yeah. Bro, right at it.
it. Yeah.
See this eye here?
Yes.
They picked them all, dude.
Probably. Yeah.
Dude,
This
they
is
were
Mao Zedong's vegetable.
Probably like holy to them.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's so apt that this is
poetic.
Mao Zedong's
I love
vegetable garden. I love it. Okay.
But I like that they're still singing. That's
Yes. Okay.
Speaking of the devil.
So, when you go on these victim fantasy tours, okay, which is what I'm calling them now, because it's
That's
all about
so
being a
true.
victim. It's
Yes.
like, and then they also
sir.
have these revolutionary fantasies. Let's face facts, okay? As horrible as it is, Japan decimated China.
Yeah.
Okay, they did. They took over. China didn't stand a chance. They lost every battle. They just sucked. And then it's an unfortunate fact. Obviously, after World War II, when the Allies defeated Japan, then Japan, withdrew from China and all of that kind of thing. But the Communist Party specifically had nothing to do with defeating the Japanese.
No.
They were hiding in the hills.
They fought like maybe 2 battles.
The Nationalist Party, who now rule Taiwan, they did fight and did win
Yeah.
a fair amount of battles against the Japanese.
At
But
great
they,
expense.
they had huge losses. They were still decimated. The Japanese were far superior when it came to military might. But they have these victim fantasy type tours where you go there and then they have these made up storylines about peasants rising up and defeating all the
One
Japanese.
peasant will kill 50 Japanese soldiers.
Yes.
With kung fu and boulders and spears.
Yes, so we wanted to give you a little taste of what you might experience.
These are all the rage. Oh, thank goodness.
Yes, well, I found the original audio, but I just wanted to show you. So they put these plays on where they show the Japanese soldiers being like really terrible, and they go there and they do bad things and they attack the women and stuff. But then the peasants fight back. So I found this one, but I restored the original audio so that we could actually enjoy it in its original form.
I'm tired of the propaganda.
Yeah,
I wanna
shall we
the
see
real
it?
thing,
Shall we see it? Yeah.
Didn't know it was meant to be a
Yep.
The subject matter is so inappropriately serious.
I know.
Bit of a robber. What do you think we're supposed to do that?
No idea.
It's like a spear.
That was Three Stooges level.
Just to reiterate, this is supposed to be serious.
Yes.
This is supposed to be like, oh, these Japanese guys came to like do this,
Japanese
just to
ghost
pillage
devils.
and do the bad things.
Yeah.
And then like the wily peasants like outsmarted them
Yes.
by like having traps.
More like Wile E. Coyote.
Exactly. And they like have traps to drop them down holes and stuff. It's supposed to
What
be
the-
serious, but it's the most dumb cartoon slapstick Laurel and Hardy crap I've ever seen.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow. And people are paying ticket prices. They're paying tickets to go see that
Obviously,
stuff.
you know, they better hope they don't actually ever get into any kind of combat situation
Yeah,
because they'll
'cause-
be like setting up Home Alone traps.
Seriously, they're gonna be going and putting like freaking buckets of paint over doors.
And yeah, and then they go to like drop a banana peel and be
Yeah.
like, yes, we're ready for the
they
invasion.
literally stood on a rake, dude.
Yes.
That was out of Three Stooges.
Yeah, and he's like hopping around. It was
Yes.
so silly.
And the trap idea is hilarious.
yeah, exactly.
Just wait
Ooh.
until he gets right there, and I'll push the button.
And then he falls down a hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened in real life, but only during this performance.
I keep hearing about China's military might. I'm starting to get a little skeptical.
Yeah, me too,
Everyone, give a thumbs up if you like that. By the way, it really
Yeah.
helps us out.
for sure. So explain.
Very grim what's happening right now. So the youth unemployment rate's out of control in China. People don't have jobs, right? So what they do is take to the internet and try to stream on TikTok. And they try to either sell products or they try to get gifts, right? But the sheer competition involved and the fact that everyone's doing it in the exact same place so they can kind of get the free ambient lighting from the bridges and stuff.
Well,
It's
actually,
very dystopian.
I have another theory because you know,
Yeah.
like I think what happened is they heard like it's good if you get a lot of traffic in your in your stream.
Yeah, so
so
they're
then they
like, oh,
set up
cars
next to
go
a
by.
road
Yeah, for
where there's
sure.
like where is there a lot of traffic at the
Yeah.
road?
Yeah, unfortunately, there is none. There's no traffic.
Actually, yeah, of course, I'm making a joke. But if you take a look, the reason they set up next to the roads is because there's usually
Ambient lighting,
street lighting, like you say. And of course, they need a ring light.
Yeah.
And so they just set up and do streaming. But like when you actually see it, it's like a farm.
It
you
is.
know? It's like a chicken battery farm or
Yeah.
something. You know, and that's
those
kind of,
batteries,
that's
there are
pretty apt.
batteries,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, it's kind of apt. Chickens,
kind of
you know,
apt.
chickens, you know, that type of thing.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
Let's continue. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, it's just so sad to see like thousands of people in the same line.
Yes.
And most of those people aren't earning anything.
No, it's
they're,
aw- it's
they're
awful.
trying.
If you guys are curious about like the actual lives of these streamers, I went in Shanghai to a little house that had been converted into a streaming thing for these girls, and I interviewed them and I talked to them. It's on the Serpent ZA channel. It's the main like advert for the channel. It's called Stay Awesome China. It's a documentary I did. You can actually see it's sad. It's horrible. I feel really bad for
Those
them.
are contractual, like actually paid ones, though.
Yeah.
These ones out on their own, they're not necessarily making anything.
No, it's such a dystopian, horrible thing because we think of live streamers in the West as kind of this decadent thing almost. Like, you
Yeah.
know, it's somebody
They can afford to do that,
They
yeah.
they don't have to work, you know, they can just make money
Yeah.
by going online and like, I don't know, wearing a bikini and doing a
Playing
dance
Halo.
or you know, Twitch streaming or something. And it's kind of a glamorous thing. It's
Yeah.
kind of like you can earn money by doing something most people see as enjoyable.
I'm worried for the future generation that thinks that's like a viable career. In
Yeah.
China, they have no choice.
Yeah, no, this is not good. Like
No.
these people are doing it like as a real slave like job where it's
Yeah.
like the whole night they'll sit
Yeah.
there over and
You
over
play it, it
trying
goes
and
on.
trying. Yeah, sorry. It's yeah, it's not nice.
No.
You know?
No, it's no way to live.
No, and if you look at if you just look at how dystopian it is, it's just horrific. And you've got so much competition.
That's the symptom of something really bad.
Yeah.
Really, really. Something's broken and bad. And these are in the top downtown, top tier cities.
Sure.
You know, you're not seeing this obviously in some of the, you know, the rural areas. Well, they'll even try it out there.
Yeah, exactly.
This is also, I found this wildly dystopian. I mean, I'm no Shoji Kong. I'm no Hand Machine Ghost. I'm no
Yes.
phone addict. But I'll tell you this. I don't think the world is ready to get to a place where you need to watch simultaneously a trash brain AI slop drama in the corner.
Yes.
You have to talk to your friends on your messaging app and at the same time play your slop brain rot game.
Yes.
And then manage all three at the same time.
Yeah, well, let's see how well he does. Is he going to swipe some TikTok or something? Yeah. Yeah, he's swiping the
That's end of the world.
kind of like what just happened here.
End of the world stuff. Speak of the devil, Sui Hua, Heilongjiang, all the way up north in China. We had a massive explosion.
Yes, I'll just so you guys are ready for that. Liquefied gas explosion.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what the official death toll was?
What?
0. No casualties.
Because people don't live in those houses that are furnished.
Those houses up there,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They were
guess
just empty.
maybe they just all were like at the park or
They
something.
all went out for dinner. Yeah. Right. You turn it way down.
Yeah, it's very loud. I
We don't even
apologize.
need volume here. Zero. Oh, okay. Zero casualties. That's great, and that's really good news.
Yeah,
I'm really happy about that.
yeah. All the buildings across the street, like the windows smashed and stuff. It's a big explosion.
And no one got hurt.
But yeah, 0 casualties. Yeah, look at that. Like,
It's a good thing no one lives in that whole city.
yes,
That's really cool.
in those houses up there. Like, no one got hurt. No, don't worry about
It's
it.
like freaking Ukraine.
Yeah, it does, eh? It's horrible. Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's very typical. All these disasters that happen in China, you don't hear about them because they don't make the news. And it's designed that way. It makes everyone think that China's some kind of utopia and that we should be looking to China because they have no industrial accidents, or
No.
they don't have random explosions in people's houses. They don't have bridges that, when it erodes away, you see that there's actually not proper support.
It's new.
Yeah, this is a new one.
This is a new bridge.
Yeah, take a look.
This is holding up a highway.
Yes. Yeah, look, the piles don't go down very deep.
I mean, it must be nice.
Oh, yeah, that's a great time.
Must be nice to live in a real country.
Yeah, you're
This is
absolutely
those
right.
guys still haven't talked about the bridge collapse.
Yeah, they don't talk about
That's the
bridge
open
collapses.
challenge.
No, yeah. Do it, and we will stop using this as much as normal.
Must be nice to live in a real country.
This is a different one.
Yeah, it's a different one.
Sanjiang Expressway. So another highway. They build highways overnight.
Yes.
They're leading the world. You should be jealous of China's infrastructure.
Yeah.
They do it so quickly. I wonder
do,
why.
yeah, because they
This is in
don't-
a freaking sandbox.
Yes, not only that, you can see the supports don't go down very far. It's very easy to slap these things, these
Yeah.
pre-made concrete things
America
up.
could do this too if they want to do a bad job and kill
Yeah,
everybody.
exactly. But they care about the... Well, you could there's two ways. Either they care about the people or they care about being sued when people die.
Yeah.
But either way,
Either way, it works.
the result is that things are built properly and last.
Oh my
You know what I
gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's no good.
No.
Structural engineers, they know. And of course, if you're visiting the mall, it's always nice when you got a fire raining down on you. You know what I'm saying?
That's a horror movie, bro.
Yeah. Or
This is,
on the
EV
highway.
fires,
Yeah, the EVs catch fire on the back of the trucks and blow up and burn everything.
It's all new footage.
Yeah, but you get told that Chinese EVs are safe.
Yeah, we got to watch this story. Hold on.
Okay.
This is actually supposed to be Beyond the Great Firewall.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
We gotta.
so we don't have a title for Beyond the Great Firewall.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? We're gonna
We'll just
roll
say,
with it.
welcome to Beyond the
Beyond
Great Firewall.
where we take you inside the Chinese internet. There's a hilarious but also disgusting story.
There is kind of a firewall in the background with those EVs.
We'll
It's
pretend
creating a
it's
wall
that.
of fire.
Pretend
You
it's
know, like
that.
in Dungeons and Dragons, wall of
Yeah, firewall or
spell.
whatever.
Yeah.
Wall of fire. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
wall of fire. Yeah, one of the two.
So passengers tried to run away at all costs. Why? Well, as you can see here, after a few days of heavy rain, the sewage system reached its limit. Okay. And wastewater erupted from sewage. At first, people thought it was just normal sewage.
Only normal sewage.
Only after the water went away,
Yeah.
people realized the street was covered by poop. And it's a once-in-a-life experience for Luoyang residences. And I
Yes.
have to tell you why this is so funny.
Yeah.
It's also horrible.
Yeah, of course.
But Luoyang has been lavished with so much government attention for the past 3 years,
Yes.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Which I've been tracking. We don't know why, but it's this historical city in Henan province where Han people come from. So we speculate they're trying to do this Han nationalism,
Yes, I
supremacy,
think so.
racism thing, where like they should run the whole country or whatever. And
Well, they do.
Yeah, well, yeah, they do. But I mean, they're trying to with the national unity law
Yes,
and all this kind of stuff. Luoyang has just gotten so much bullshit praise and like tourism propaganda and stuff. And it's not a very nice place.
No, it's not.
Yeah, man, the floods, I tell you, with these fake drains and these fake sewers, turns out these sewers were real. They
Yeah.
got flooded and they didn't realize it. They just thought it was, and that translation was a bit wrong. They thought it was just like flood water.
Yes.
But what it was all sewage.
Yeah, it's all the sewage
The
coming
sewage
out.
system exploded. So everything on the street was just fecal matter.
It's
And
disgusting.
people started slipping
oh,
in
that's
it.
so gross.
Going out on the weekends, it could only get worse if you lose your balance riding your scooter and fall. The street was not only slippery, but it smelled like a toilet.
Obviously, look, oh, dude, he's covered in shite.
Yes, I mean the whole thing was just disgusting, dude. It was
Yes.
unbearable.
Yeah, of course.
This is sad.
Okay, so just a quick wake-up call. China has the biggest surveillance mechanism in the world. Okay, there's like however many cameras per one person there. There's like how many, last time I checked, 700 million cameras or something?
It's
like,
way more now.
It's a ton. Basically, think about it. Everywhere you go, there are cameras watching you. Okay, and you always see these like clips of facial recognition, and they've got like AI cameras that
1010.
track you around, and it'll square around you and stuff. One thing that they seem to be unable to track are kidnap victims and kidnappers.
It's rampant. Absolutely rampant.
And I think it also shows that it's part of the government, because if they wanted to track with their surveillance system, they could track.
Find everyone else.
Yeah, they'll find you if you like if you put up a blank piece of paper, they'll find you.
Yeah.
Or if you say like down with Xi Jinping, they'll find you.
Yeah.
But if you kidnap someone, apparently not. So
That's
this is
fine,
just
apparently.
a stark reminder. These are families of kidnapped victims,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And what they do is they try their best to raise awareness. Now, when you try to do this online, you get censored.
Mm-hmm.
So what they do is they go to the streets, they wear placards with the picture of their, kidnapped child, and they put out banners and stuff to try and raise awareness. To give you an idea of the scale of it, this is just one of many of these things you see all
There's
over the place.
one in Sichuan town.
Yes. And by the way, the cops come and take them away.
Yeah, for sure.
And tear up their posters and stuff. We've got footage of that. We've shown it in the past.
Yeah.
But just remember, when people tout like how safe China is and there's cameras everywhere, ask why is it that there's so many kidnapping victims?
Yeah.
And why is
Yes.
it that the government doesn't do anything about it? You know?
Good reminder. It's
Crazy. Oh, it's a word.
Up volume.
Yes.
Summer is when my routine gets tested. Travel days, we've been traveling recently. Late nights, early mornings, and a lot less consistency than usual. So I like having one habit that stays simple, AG1.
A and a, how do you do a G? G
we're not
and a
doing sign
1.
language.
AG1 Next Gen is their clinically backed daily health drink, and it's designed to support whole body health in one scoop. Combines a multivitamin, pre and probiotics, a methylated B complex, and nutrient-dense whole foods. So in the morning, I just mix it with cold water and I'm good to go.
It's really fantastic. We've been drinking AG1 every day for a long time now, and I'll tell you what, it makes everything better.
Oh, 100%.
What I like is that it supports gut health. It helps fill common nutrient gaps. It supports a healthy immune system, and it supports steady energy production without feeling like I'm adding another complicated step to my day.
You go like this. You know what I mean? And AG1 Next Gen is backed by multiple gold standard clinical trial. When combined with a proper diet, it helps meet 94% of nutrient requirements, improves key nutrient levels within 3 months, and is clinically shown to enhance the gut microbiome.
Plus, it actually travels well. The travel packs are easy to throw in a bag, so whether I'm in a hotel or an Airbnb, or just trying to get out the door, AG1 is one part of my routine that doesn't fall apart.
Visit drinkag1.com. You know?
It's not interpretive dance.
Yeah, but it's good. Visit drinkag1.com/ADV, and for a limited time, get a free AG1 travel case with 7 free AG1 travel packs in your welcome kit with your first AG1 subscription order while supplies last. And that's drinkag1.com/ADV.
And now,
Back to the show.
it's
It's
Slopaganda!
Slopaganda. Thank you to AG1 for sponsoring the show. But Slopaganda, I guess we're going to be talking about something kind of fancy. Do you know that China has unveiled a human-like, lifelike robot?
Yes. I think you said it wrong, though.
Yeah, Robert, sorry. Have you seen? It's all over the place. It's amazing.
Guangzhou, I believe. They had an expo.
Yep. Yep. So we're going to show you all about that. So, we got to drag old Ramses out of the,
Oh, of course.
out
Out
of
of
the
the crypt.
grave. Yeah, let's bring him
from
back.
your grave.
One of my favorite parts.
Personally, I will put things in the fridge and I completely forget about them. And I get them out and they're old or mouldy or something. I have to throw them
Yeah.
away.
Poetic.
Yes.
Set you up.
Why?
Set you up.
Yep. Why?
See, they're able to rescue the robber.
Yes, they are. And off the...
Not people.
No.
Fuck you.
Doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, well, another one off
I
camera
saw,
just... Yeah, see?
Dropping like flies.
Yeah, they certainly are.
Music's amazing.
Yeah,
I love this.
Yes.
You're not like a storyteller.
Ah,
They're just giving up, aren't they?
yep, they're tired of this.
They're overworked.
Yes. So, okay, I'm just going to pause this here. So, China's up to its usual tricks, by the way. And of course, I don't know why people fall for this all the time. They unveil a human-like robot. So what do? They get actual humans to walk and pretend to be robots again.
That's not a Robert that you're seeing.
Yeah.
there. That's literally a woman. That's a
Yes.
live-ass woman.
So they've got live, actual human women,
Yeah.
and they teach them to like walk as robotically as possible. And then behind her is the real.
If you were
Robert.
to isolate the thing behind her, it would be the most regarded thing you've ever seen. What is that?
Well, let's take a look.
And then, yeah, and they just have some chick there walking.
Yeah, she's pretending to be a robot.
Oh my God! I've never seen anything like this before. God, this is amazing.
It really is.
Yeah. So I gotta tell
Oh,
you
this
about
is very dirty.
Right.
Okay, so what these are basically is they're pretending, it's for companionship, but they're adult toys, basically, is what you're looking at. But look,
Gets in that vibe.
I gotta tell you. So let's go back a quick second here. These ones that you see here, okay, that stand up and all that,
Okay.
those are not the ones that can walk.
Yes, I can tell.
So I'm sure that everybody's aware that there's a company that, like, a very long decades ago, created something called a Real Doll, which is an adult toy, which is just a very lifelike
Silicon
looking
thing.
silicon doll. That's what this is. It's got a head on it that can move
Okay.
and talk, but that's been done before.
Yeah.
It's nothing new. There's nothing new here. So these ones that look slender and all these like look kind of realistic, they can't move. It's not a robot.
just one of the old
it's
school kind.
it's a mannequin.
Okay.
It's a movable mannequin,
Got
right? So I wanted to show you because they have a female version of the walking one. By the way, which costs $1 million RMB. What is that in US dollars?
$250,000.
Yeah, $250,000. Okay. Anyway, let's see how the walking one looks. The walking female version. See, that doesn't move. That's just like a. There's the walking female one.
What is this? This is worse than 1970s animatronics.
It's so bad, you
It's
know.
so bad, and it costs what, like $100,000 or something? What's going on? Or
250,000,
whatever.
yeah.
I
You know-
think my math sucks right now.
Okay, whatever it is. Yeah, okay. Mine always sucks.
Yeah, sure.
For all time.
Sure.
So
yeah.
whatever
Maybe
it costs.
$150,000. I don't know.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that. It's very expensive.
It costs a lot of money. So these ones,
Such a joke.
these adult toys basically are just mannequins.
Do you not want to go knock them all over?
Yeah, you can see the pole that's holding them up, right?
yeah.
They're just mannequins. And then the ones that could actually walk are just like those dancing rubber type things that fall over, but they've stuck a mannequin head on top. It looks so bad.
So bad.
It is. It's so bad.
Guys.
Oh, this is very dirty.
It's true. So none of this is new. I wanted to just point out that there's this American company. I don't know, it's kind of grifty a little bit if you ask me, but either way, they make that type of thing, and they have been for a long time.
Okay.
So this is their example of, that kind of mannequin with a little bit of movement
more
in it. Stuff.
realistic.
Yeah, for sure.
And so this was already a thing.
Oh, of course. This is
So
nothing
China
new.
just made a bad one.
Yeah, it's
And
nothing
then
new.
put it on the world stage and then made propaganda about it.
By the way, this, those ones that they have sitting up there with a moving head with blinking eyes and stuff, that Real Doll company has been doing that for decades.
Oh, this is very dirty.
It is. It's dirty. I don't like it.
I don't like that one bit.
I'm
It's
really
creepy.
not sure whether that's a robot or a real woman. It's so difficult to tell.
Back in your crib.
Yes. Bye.
What an observation. What's this? Why is this guy's got his hands down his pants?
Looks like he's got his hands down his pants. But I just wanted to reiterate. So people are making a big brouhaha about
saw it.
China unveiling.
Dude, I saw it on Western
lifelike-
media.
Yeah, isn't it crazy when
Yeah.
this is stuff that's been around for decades, and it's actually very bad. Like it's all the smoke and mirrors. They put
Yeah.
real women walking with those horrible ones. and it kind of gives you an illusion that it's better than it is.
Well, because you're gonna look at whatever's more fluid, right?
Yes.
Not that stupid ass boy walking around. What was that? The little Lord Fauntleroy looking piece of shit. What was that?
It's horrible. It looks like
Wow.
Mozart or something. You know?
It's like Amadeus Mozart, but like a midget.
It's terrible. So anyway, you've got that, and then they show you the mannequin ones with just the head, the face that can like blink and have some mouth movements and stuff. And then people conflate the two and think that those mannequins are the ones walking or that can
Yeah.
walk, but they can't. So it's all lies, smokes and mirrors. Don't fall for the hype. It's rubbish. Now here, this guy with his hands down his pants. Let's see.
There's something I want to point out that's important.
Yes.
That Robert you're seeing in a vest,
Yes, behind him.
that is a CCP volunteer, which is the new Red Guard. These
Yes.
are basically the people that were there to enforce Mao's brutal laws.
Hmm.
They've resurrected them recently, and older people that miss those violent days when they got to kill their teachers.
Yep.
They volunteer to do this, and they wear these vests, and they
Sure.
do the CCP's bidding. They can rat people out, or they, do whatever. And what they're doing, so this is a CCP operation. This is what's telling us that this is actually a government operation. So this is very important that it goes off flawlessly.
Yeah, I have a word about those volunteers in a minute, but let's see what's going on here.
It's like a Mickey Mouse hat, like a wizard hat.
Yeah, what's going on there?
This guy's exposing the controller.
And the guy can't move because he doesn't want to break the illusion.
He's doing this for the party.
Yeah.
It's like Giola.
He's like
like-
waving a finger at him. He's like,
that's CCP stuff, bro. It's gonna
Yeah.
be in trouble.
well, I mean, we've shown you multiple times that they always have the remote control hidden somewhere
Yes.
because these are not AI robots. They're not autonomous. They can't walk around and make their own decisions. They are remote control toys.
Yes.
And they've got built-in routines where you press a button combination and then they'll do a little dance, or a little kung fu move or something. But it's all pre-programmed
That's a choice.
routines. Yeah, that's why they hit kids and stuff, is because they can't
Yeah.
stop. They just have to do their little pre-programmed thing.
Yeah.
And they are just toys, but now they're trying to hide it. I guess they may have seen our show and we keep pointing it out. So they're like, let's hide the controls
That makes it so much worse. Do we have a Streisand on there? We got any Papa? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me?
Because that's just
That
you're
is the
wearing a
Streisand
Mickey Mouse
effect.
wizard hat on your hands, and it looks like you're playing with your butt. All right.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Twiddling your butt down there.
Yeah, with a
What's
wizard
going on?
hat.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of weird. Anyway, I wanted to. I got to talk about the volunteers for a second, because CCP minders and CCP spies have been hidden as volunteers for a long
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
Specifically, if you were to fly to a fairly sensitive area, we saw this with some YouTubers and influencers who went to Xinjiang, for instance. They're like, it was so convenient. When I landed at the airport, I made a new friend, and this girl came up to me and she could speak English. Dude,
a freaking North Korean minder.
when they come to you and they suddenly like, oh, hi, where are you
Yes.
from? Like, and they could speak English and they're like, let me show you around my hometown or something
Dude,
like that.
when you go to Pyongyang,
Yes.
the woman shows up in like the really nice clothes compared to all the locals. She's like, let me take you to the Kim Jong-un Museum of the Great Struggle War. And you're like, oh, wow. It's like being like, oh, what a natural interaction.
Exactly.
It's exactly the same.
So the volunteers, I remember the volunteers around Shenzhen
Yeah.
because when the university head was there, I was involved in helping train them and stuff at some point. And they are the perfect plants because their whole job is to see if they can spot a foreigner, and then they go and they tell the foreigner where
Yeah.
to go. They keep an eye on the foreigner. They know what's going on. So it is very Red Guardy, you know what I mean?
Drip, drop, drip.
Oh, we're dripping in on China?
Drip, drop.
Nice.
Let's all take a trip and go drip, drop, dropping in on China.
So we're going to be dropping in on China. As you could see from this footage, we're going to be looking at Guangzhou because that's where they held the Robert Expo. If you're new to the show, dropping in on China is a segment where we take you to the place we talk about. And instead of propaganda, we click a random place on Baidu Street View, and we
Yes.
go into the Street View and see what it looks like now in modern times.
So what you can see behind the robots in the skyline there is called the Canton Tower. By the way, why isn't it called the Guangzhou Tower?
Yeah. Yeah.
Canton is what it used to be called,
They
back
hate
in the
that kind of
colonial
stuff.
days
They
or whatever.
hate that stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, me too. Very interesting, by the way, designed by, was it French architects?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think, anyway, just so you know. But I've been there and I
Nice
found
tower.
yeah.
Been there many times.
Now, the CBD downtown part of Guangzhou, let's show you what it looks like in the propaganda
Yes.
stuff. Okay, let's take a look.
Poor guy.
Yeah, poor Robert. Sorry. Yeah, let's take a look in propaganda. This is what you're going to see. So, as I've said many times before, the night is kind to China. Okay, you can literally go anywhere in China at night, and it looks cool because there's a lot of lights, and the pollution.
Hides it.
The pollution even like adds to the ambiance.
Yeah,
you know
in
what I mean?
way.
It gives
It's
a kind of a glow.
You know, like at a concert when they have like the smog
machine. You don't need that.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. So anyway, in propaganda, by the way, the downtown, we both agree, the CBD part of
Nice.
Guangzhou is very impressive.
Yeah, world class.
Yeah, it's got great skyscrapers, and as you can see at night, they have lights and lasers and stuff, and it looks very cool. It's very impressive. But you just need to go a little bit out. How far did you go out from the CBD?
I don't even barely.
Yeah.
Like it's still downtown.
Okay, let's take a look.
We didn't pick. So what we do is we'll pick a random place.
Yeah.
We don't vet it ahead of time and say, oh, this one's going to be more interesting.
Yes.
Could be boring, but it gives you a real glimpse into
Yes.
these places.
So
Just go ahead
just
and
so
go
you
ahead.
know, like you can see on the map yourself, you can replicate this if you want. And this is all new street view stuff from China. So we're
Yes.
going on in there. So this is the same city where you saw that like flashy stuff.
And again, nothing wrong with that. It's just like, how about an honest view, right?
Yeah.
Of what most of these, even this is a tier 1, top tier city. Let's see what that looks like. And to me, you know, it's what I'm used to. I'm not shocked by this because I live there. You live there. We know what this is. This is the average house.
I lived in an apartment
Yeah.
that was very similar to that.
It's
You can see.
normal, right?
Somebody asked me, I was showing drone footage on my channel. They were like, why do they have burglar bars up past the second floor? And they were like joking. They were like, oh, do people climb up there? Yes, they do.
I was on the 15th floor and a burglar tried to get my window.
Yep.
So yeah,
They climb up.
Yes.
There's a reason.
my wife had to throw a pot at him.
Yes. I mean, you forget about how like gross it really is, though.
You
Because
do.
you
do. Because
you
we
could-
watch propaganda more than anyone,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's what we do.
This, by the way, this is all the latest
Yeah.
stuff.
About a year old.
2025.
Yeah, something like that.
Because you can see the watermark in the corner, you know, when you look at this stuff.
Oh,
So-
this is kind of interesting. So, you
Mm-hmm.
know, we don't just want to show you what it looks like. Let's pause it real quick. There's a phenomenon here. These are called, it's okay. It'll go
What?
back. Just keep
It does
playing.
it? Okay.
These guys on the tricycles here.
Oh, those guys.
These are
yeah.
called stickmen.
Yeah, you can
that's
see them
actually a
here.
really interesting thing
1,
to
2,
learn
3.
about China.
Yeah.
So in China, you don't really call someone to go move stuff for you, like a couch or something like this. You walk down to the street level,
Mm-hmm.
and they have these guys called stickmen, and they're usually from Sichuan or Chongqing,
Yep.
and they're migrants.
Yes.
And they'll have their placard up, and they'll tell you, "I'll charge $50 to move a couch. I'll charge $10 to freaking haul this down the road 1 kilometer."
Yeah,
Right. And so they have a fixed price, and they call them stickmen because they'll have sticks that they use to.
And they look
bamboo
like sticks, a lot of them.
that-
They're very
always
skinny, yeah.
They'll lay there and play cards all day until
Yes.
somebody comes and asks for help.
Yeah.
And then you pay them to do stuff. So this is something that's a feature you see around every Chinese city.
Yeah, they have little electric trikes, like you're saying, then they just load things up and take them where you need to go.
Yeah.
And they'll haul these things up and down the stairs like crazy. But yeah, you can see them.
They're robust. dudes.
There's another one there. Yeah.
Yeah. They run China, dude.
Yeah, I mean
They really do.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, here's an honest look at downtown Guangzhou
Yeah. Oh, the weather cleared up a bit. That's nice.
on that particular day that they decided to.
Yeah. Oh,
that.
it's kind of back to the way it usually is.
A lot of roundabouts. Now, what's interesting about Guangzhou
Mm-hmm.
is that it's quite an old city
Yes.
compared to most of China, which is brand new.
Yeah.
Now, all of the stuff you're seeing is new here.
Yeah. This is all new. These
But
are
the-
new buildings.
But the layout is still old,
Hmm.
meaning that even though the buildings are new, the way that they kind of made the alleyways and stuff, it's like it was back in the day,
Right.
which makes it kind of interesting. So,
Oh, what's that blurry thing? Do you think that's a
could be,
government building?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. And you just get so many government buildings in China.
Yes.
The bureaucracy is thick.
Yeah.
You know, you can't go anywhere without seeing. There's like a police station. right?
Oh, it looks fantastic.
I hate that that communist architecture, that ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these like tiles. There's something so oppressive
It's
about
because they
this.
never clean or
Yeah.
paint to do anything. So once something's built, it's just left
Yeah.
until it breaks.
Yes. So I figured we'd go down like a residential alleyway. It's more interesting.
Sure.
So we can see how people live.
Mm.
And so these are, when you get off the main roads, this is actually what people's neighborhoods in Guangzhou look like.
Yeah.
Um,
Got some construction
some
there
construction
to
there.
make sure that there's noise.
Always.
You
There
know?
can't be quiet.
No.
People get creeped out when
Yeah,
it's
it's
quiet.
true.
So we'll head down this. And this is not some like dingy alleyway. This is where people live. right?
Yeah, this is pretty nice, actually.
This is very nice.
I'm
for
not
China
being
standards.
facetious
No.
either. This is pretty nice.
Very nice by China
Mm.
standards, but still interesting.
Yeah, this is like middle class, you know?
Yes, I'd say you're looking at China's urban middle class. This is way higher than rural middle class.
Oh, yeah.
But urban middle class, yes. So you notice people hang up their clothes.
They don't use dryers. It's something that might shock you is people don't use dryers in China. You can't even get them like in an apartment when you
No.
rent. They don't come with
So
dryers.
we managed to track one down, and it broke every week, and we had to hire these stick guys basically to come and repair it.
Yeah.
And it was cheap to do, but man, was it annoying, and it worked
Yeah.
so terribly.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of reasons behind that. Obviously, you also don't get ovens in your apartments there
there's no
because
ovens.
everyone just fries things on like a little
it's
gas
unhealthy.
stove.
Yeah.
And it's the same reason they don't like to dry in a dryer. First of all, they don't want to waste electricity, but they think it's unhealthy.
Get this, by Chinese logic, frying stuff in oil in a pan is much healthier than cooking something in an oven.
And also leaving something out in the smog and pollution is
Yes.
healthier than drying it in your apartment.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
This guy's fixing his mianbao. This is called
Yeah.
a bread box van.
Yeah.
Now, these were very popular, or still very popular in China, and they're based off of Suzuki.
Yeah, it's based off a K car, basically.
Yeah, but they make their own Chinese version of them, and that's what your middle class person's using to do work.
Yes.
do stuff, haul stuff around.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Down here, you get tropical plants because it's so hot and
Yeah,
humid.
that's also why the buildings deteriorate like this is because there's a lot of mold and all that.
Yeah.
But again, there's no maintenance, so it just exacerbates it. And it's
does.
frustrating. Even very expensive buildings will get this mold and they never clean it.
Yeah. Sometimes I leave stuff in my fridge and it gets old or moldy,
Moldy or whatever, and have to
Yeah,
throw it
I
away.
have to throw it away.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Best mediocre observation ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are very new buildings. So when I say new, I mean these are post 90s. Like these
Yes.
are not ancient buildings, but they are still built in the same way that they did prior. So you still get this kind of interesting vibe where you're walking through the alleyways and get to see people's normal lives. And
Yeah, these concrete like
tarp.
high-rise type things. Yeah, I love the tarp, the Nong tarp.
That's everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. These concrete buildings, you see them everywhere in China. It's the same design. It's an old French design. Why does it look like there's a dude with his feet in the air there?
Oh, that was boots
Boots,
on a
oh.
wheelbarrow.
Okay, interesting.
This guy's not happy.
What? He's like, get out of
He's
here.
like, get out of here, Baidu car.
Yeah. That's a weird looking car, though. It looks very, I guess the
Yeah,
camera's
I
just
think the
making it look
camera's
like
screwing
that.
it
Yeah.
up. This boy's like, get out of here, dude.
It's quite funny. Yeah. But yeah, that mold really annoyed me because it's like, how hard is it to just take a freaking scrubbing brush and some
Well,
soap?
it's not your house,
Yeah,
right?
true.
So it's this idea that the government's going to take care of everything, so I'll let things go to hell. Right? You'll actually see in most places in China, this is a luxury, by the way, these tiles. Most places in China, they'll actually only paint the front of a building.
Yes.
And the sides will be bare concrete because they're
That's
like,
right.
well, no one's going to see it.
Yeah.
You literally see it. As
But
go
you
by.
see it, yeah. You're 100% right. Oh, we're back to
Let's all
those.
take a trip and go drip, drop, dropping in on China.
Dropping in on China, Guangzhou edition.
By the way, I just wanted to say, I wonder how long it's going to be until they ban Street View because we're showing the real China.
well, here's my thing. I'm watching there be less and less options to click on,
yeah.
which is strange.
You know, right now the shills, because they watch our show, they're like going to their masters in the CCTV
Yeah,
or whatever,
handlers.
and they're like, we have to go replace all of those images with like photoshopped, doctored ones that
AI.
only show blue skies.
You know what they'll do is they'll do an AI version of
like
those.
filtered.
Yeah.
You know, like you get beauty filters on people. They'll put beauty filters on the Baidu streetcars. I'm
Yes.
sure of it. It's just a
Dude,
matter of time.
I think it'll be on the back end. I think
Yeah.
what they'll do is feed the existing footage
Yeah.
into it or the imagery and just run DeepSeek
We've
on
just
it,
given them
or
a
Seedance.
great idea.
Why did we do that?
I don't know.
Can we go back in time where we didn't
Yeah,
say
let's
that?
try that. We're not trying to be facetious by showing you this, but this is an honest look at China, you know?
Mm.
When you see the propaganda, you see the flashy lights, you see all this China's living in the future garbage that
Yeah.
you see every day.
Yeah.
It wakes you up when you actually go look at what the streets really look like
It does.
in those cities.
And you don't have to do it out of malice.
No.
It's just a good wake-up call to say, well, this country is a 9 out of 100 on the freedom scale, so I'm obviously not seeing what it really looks
Yeah.
like. Let's have a look. Right?
Yes.
And that's why we do that segment.
Yes. Okay. So this is interesting. High trust society.
So the story behind this is, do you guys know what the Gaokao exam is?
Yes.
The Gaokao exam is the SATs of China.
It's the most
More
important thing for a young person's life. It's
Yeah.
stressful. It's a horrible situation.
If
you know?
you're going to go to college in China and not abroad,
Mm.
if you're going to go to university, you have to take the Gaokao and you have to do well. And that's going to place you in state schools around the country.
Yeah.
And it's people ground level, it's bad.
I mean, it pushes students, young people to the brink.
yes.
It causes them to crack mentally. There's so much pressure because your entire family's fortune is riding on you getting a position. Because remember, you are the insurance for your parents.
Yes.
And your grandparents, actually.
So what happened here was some volunteers put out some water bottles for the students leaving Gaokao and say, here's have some free water. And immediately, you can't do anything nice in China because immediately the IEs,
The grab hags.
they came out and they took every last.
But you know what?
frickin'
You know
water
what's
bottle.
even more insulting is they didn't drink it. They poured the water out, and
they
then, so they could
recycle
take the bottle, the plastic bottle, to go get like a 0.0 cents or whatever it is, recycling.
Yes.
And they do this a lot. Whenever there's volunteer water out, they go there and they take it and they just dump out the water. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's
not good.
No.
Was that the freaking street sweep?
Yeah, he came in there too.
He could have one. He could have one.
Yeah. Look, she just walked away with the whole lot. Tried to.
The guy says she's taking the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yes.
So just when you thought, oh, people are hanging up their clothes in those Guangzhou alleys, well, they're not safe.
No, they'll get
They're
stolen.
not safe. They'll get stolen too.
Yes.
Another high trust piece of society here. This is what it takes to get inside the school in China nowadays, which to me is just such an affront to what they keep putting out there in propaganda.
Sure.
Like everything's open, everyone trusts everybody and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Exactly. Now, guys, we're going to talk about the main topic of the show. This is Soft Power Hour, where we tell you how China is trying to change your mind, and this is a perfect example. All right, because before we even start this topic, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of this Great Green Wall.
The Great Green
What
Wall.
if you talk about China, what are one of the things the propagandists always say? Oh, they lifted 800 million people out of poverty. By the way, that's not true. The Communist Party didn't do that. First of all, they plunged those people into poverty in the first place. But second of all, they didn't do anything. All they did was take their boot off of the people's necks and allow them to engage in business and engage in the world. The people lifted themselves out of poverty. And also, their idea of poverty is if you earn 700 US dollars a year, you are no longer in poverty. So, I mean, did 800 million people just get lifted to the point where they can earn $700 a year?
That is Eritrea. That's Syria during the war level wealth.
So it's all nonsense. They've moved the numbers around. But another thing you'll always hear is that China is turning the deserts green.
Yes.
Right?
Especially right now.
Yeah.
And this infuriates me because we actually have personal experience of this. But first, let's look at this.
Yeah.
So we have this map of China, and we're going to home in on this one part of China.
Okay.
In this area that you're going to see the focus change to, this area is actually not supposed to be a desert.
Okay. Why is it moving around like that?
It's just entertaining.
Oh, okay. I'm
gives
like,
something-
what are you
gives the
doing?
eyes a little
It's like,
treat.
ooh, look at this. It's like 3D
It makes it
picture.
seem like I'm doing it right now.
Yes, I
Doesn't
guess
it?
so. Yeah.
See,
it
like
does.
here's my mouse.
Yeah.
There we go. See, I'm going
Okay.
to zoom in here.
Yeah.
And what you're going to see is it's actually going to focus here.
focus.
So see this area that's in focus? That's not supposed to be desert.
Okay.
This is recent desertification.
Yes.
Meaning that the trees, the bushes, the water sources, the rivers, all of this stuff was decimated in the name of development,
Yes.
in the name of cashmere production, in the name of diverting work resources and people and putting them in places they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Knocking down areas to put up buildings, building coal mines, all of the things that contribute to China's modern development,
Diverting rivers.
diverting rivers. This created a huge swath of China, which is just desert. now.
That shouldn't be
It's
desert.
unnatural desert,
yeah.
right? What it should be is something called a dry land. And a dry land is a place that's definitely more arid than somewhere with a monsoon climate.
Sure.
But it's a place with trees and water.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It has
Like
it
shrubs.
has life. Yeah.
Shrubbery.
It has animals.
Yeah.
It has people that can actually live there. They can farm.
Yeah.
Right? This is not terrible farmland.
Yeah.
Right? So these are places that are not supposed to look like this. And what you're looking at is a current desert of China, which shouldn't necessarily be there.
No.
Okay. You have the
So
parts
it's a
of the Gobi
man-made
Desert.
disaster.
In a way,
Yeah.
in many ways, yes, most of it is,
Yeah.
right? Especially in that area that we showed. So what China decided to do was, hey, we have a big problem, kind of like how Mao killed tens of millions of people, kind of how they got rid of all the sparrows and then the locusts took over. They have to look at these horrible grand projects and say, oops, we have to do something about
Yeah.
this.
Oh, we screwed
Did
up. How do
you
we
know
fix
that
this?
China has
Enter this.
reclaimed an
Okay.
area from deserts equal to the size of the United Kingdom?
The Great
green wall.
China is rapidly laying nets across its deserts.
Did you know China is growing a massive forest in the desert? It can be seen from space. It's not just trees, it's a battle to stop the desert from taking over.
But the story doesn't end there. Alongside this green belt.
This is how the country of China is greening a large desert area.
Step into the awe-inspiring green wall of China. It shields against the relentless sandstorms of the desert Gobi.
The desert Gobi. So that's the kind of propaganda you see everywhere.
Right now.
And I mean, it goes unchallenged.
Mm-hmm.
But it needs to be challenged because it's BS.
Yeah, so recently there is finally some scientific pushback on this because finally we're able to see some of the results here. And yet again, China's in a situation where they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. Do a grand project, it be a complete failure, and then market that as some sort of reason you should invest in China's green technology, or that it's the savior of the world and it's soaking up all the carbon dioxide.
Yes.
Right? So I'm actually going to make the case, we're going to make the case that it's actually a net negative. This is a not so great green wall. And this is going to be a wildly controversial opinion with the people that have been consuming this propaganda for years at this point.
Correct.
Right? So let's get into it.
Yeah.
What this is akin to, and I think you've probably seen Winston's video, and we've covered this on this channel too, is China will, to hit quotas, when CCP officials come into an area, literally paint mountains green.
Paint mountains, paint staple fake leaves onto trees.
Yeah, maybe you can talk about this like greening thing.
They do it. I mean, they have literally taken a mountainside that is barren and painted it with house paint. I'm not talking, they're not trying to hydro seed or anything. They painted green so that from aerial shots or from a distance, it looks like, there's actually plant life there. They take dead trees, put a dead tree, like just a stick in there, staple fake leaves to it, paint the whole thing green. They do this a lot. If officials coming into town, they'll suddenly like spray paint all the grass green, or they'll hydro seed or something, but only just for that visit, and then they don't care when it dies after.
That's right. So imagine that, but imagine actually using real plants. So what they're doing is they've claimed to have planted from 66 billion to 100 billion trees.
Yes.
And what they've done is picked one monoculture, one type of tree to do this.
Yes.
Now, this is in an area that shouldn't have trees. It has shrubbery, streams, rivers, natural, diverse, very diverse local flora and fauna.
Yeah.
They say, no, we're going to put this one kind of tree here and we're going to do it 66 billion times.
Yeah.
And what that does is take an already arid area that they've destroyed and now have deep rooting trees that are sucking all of the groundwater out.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think that does to the ground?
Yeah.
It completely destroys it, right? It's taking the nutrients from the soil. It's taking the water from the soil.
Whatever water was there.
Whatever water was there is gone now, right? Yeah. And this is really, really bad. Let's look at why.
Well, before we even continue, I wanted to say that this is something that China should have looked to the past and seen that mistakes like this have been made. I'm sure everybody knows about eucalyptus trees.
Yeah.
And I remember growing up in South Africa, there were alien invasive trees, and all over like the Western colonized world, basically eucalyptus trees were planted, and they come from Australia, and they smell nice, the leaves smell nice, and they grow very fast. So at some point, people thought, this is great. We've got a fast growing tree, so we can use it to make railway sleepers. We can use it to build houses or whatever. Let's just make forests of them. And they actually used to fly airplanes and drop like little weighted seeds, with little spikes on them, so they would plant themselves. They grew massive eucalyptus forests. Turns out they suck.
Yeah, they're foamy wood.
I mean, useless. They're useless. You can't use them for railway sleepers. They draw a huge amount of water out the ground, and then they create this like oily residue that catches fire really
easily. Out west
easily.
in California has been devastated. That's
exactly.
That's where they did it there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, they turned out to be a big mistake, and eucalyptus trees actually suck, and they should just be left for like koalas or whatever in Australia, and they shouldn't have been like exported.
Correct.
So, I mean, China could have looked at something like that.
They could have
done a bit of research, but no, they decided we're just going to plant a whole bunch of trees, and then we're going to look good for the rest of the world.
That's communism. That's quotas.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Let's look at as to why this is actually really terrible.
Okay.
It's terrible on so many fronts.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Water debt.
No, go to the next slide.
Resilience debt. Opportunity cost.
We don't have to read the slides.
I know. I thought I'd just read those headlines because they're there. You put the effort.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So this is what happens.
Okay.
Rainfall and irrigation, it's already very scarce in these dry lands, as they're called, right? The trees suck up the water, and then they actually put the water into the air. Yeah. Now, that doesn't sound bad on paper because you go, hey, if you're contributing to rainfall in the atmosphere, isn't that just like a cycle, right? So the more trees you put in there, the more water they'll pull up, and then the more it'll rain, and it'll just kind of be like a cycle, and this whole place will get all green, right?
Yeah.
Here's the issue. The trees are taking the groundwater.
Yes.
They're like a pump. Imagine a big pump. Instead of like a very economical shrub, this tree is taking all the water up and it's putting it up in the sky. But then the winds, the way that the earth rotates, all of the factors in nature, right, move this rainfall in other places.
Yeah.
So there are places that are getting too much rainfall and flooding because of the Great Green Wall, and this place isn't getting the rain.
I know.
Right? So they're planting billions of trees that are water pumps, sending water to places that don't need it.
Yeah.
Do you see how maybe a scientist would have figured that out?
Yeah.
Right? I'm not a scientist, but I think I probably would hire one before I embark on a 66 million tree process. Billion. So this is destroying groundwater. Now remember, China already only has like less than 10% of usable groundwater left in their country. That's why they're in Africa. They're trying to get water from other countries.
And they run that too, though, with their mining dumps or whatever.
Yes. Don't look up the Zambia River disaster.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. But this is a mistake of epic proportions.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the first problem. So these dry lands are not supposed to be dry lands, right? This becomes a tree plantation, not a forest. Do you see these trees up here? You can see these guys. So they go around in these trucks with this big Chinese flag on it, right?
Have to.
And they got to do it.
They get a big water barrel on top. So they have to import the water, and then it still gets sucked up and sent somewhere else.
Correct. And they go and they plant these seedlings. And they put these in the ground. And what happens? Well, the ground dries up. And the second problem is the farming, where people were already struggling because of man-made disasters, because of the arid nature of these areas. This water is now gone. How are they going to irrigate their crops? Now, here's the deal. You don't step in the way of China when they do a national government project.
No.
That's already deemed a success, right? It's just like when the leadership in China said, there's no more poverty. There is poverty, but now you can't say there is. Or
So if you are poor, you're out of luck now, because now people can't even say, hey, that guy's poor, let's try to help him out. Because by admitting that they are impoverished people, you are saying that the government failed, and you will get into trouble.
In this very same vein, you can't go to the government and say, hey, I have no water for my crops anymore. I was already barely surviving.
Yes.
Right? So the government actually put out these subsidies where they said, hey, we'll pay for like this project because this project took over where you were, and we'll show you the aftermath of that. But what I did want to tell you is the personal thing.
Yeah.
We went here, right? And when we went here, I was back in Inner Mongolia. I was living there and teaching at a university. And my students had to leave class sometimes to go participate in the Great Green Wall Project. So they would go, and I was very curious about this. They would go and plant these exact seedlings in this area to stop desertification. They're very proud of it.
Sure.
Obviously, some of them complain. They don't want to go do it, right?
Sure.
I went out to go see for myself. So I went out there on my dirt bike, and I would go see these like kind of like barren little seedlings in the desert here. And as I was out there looking at this, more times than one, there would be obviously like shop owners or whatever. I go buy a iced tea or whatever, or cigarettes or whatever. And they would talk about the area. They want to chat with a foreigner, right?
Yeah.
They can speak Chinese. Very interesting. More than one time, people in this area, specifically in this place called Dalate, near Ordos, the famous place
I went to
where the
Ordos,
ghost cities, they would say, we are so screwed because of these trees, because now the little farms that we had are gone. They are just pure desert because they've completely destroyed the water table.
Yeah.
And we can't grow anything anymore.
Yeah.
And they're not getting subsidies from the government, right? The fact that I was hearing that back then, you can't even imagine the devastation that it's had now, because that was, 12, 13 years ago.
It's kind of like if you've got a big weed in the middle of your lawn, and it's like, first of all, it blocks the sun from the grass, and then it also sucks up the nutrients. All the grass around it will die. So it's the same when you've got these specific, plants that they put there. You just don't have a choice. You can't grow your own crops. Also, the government won't allow you anyway. They're going to stop you from farming.
And you'll see that.
Okay.
You'll see that.
Yeah.
But you just get a little idea of what that looks like. It's not good, right?
No.
So here's the monoculture problem.
Yeah.
So not only do they suck up all the groundwater, but when you have one species, one pest that comes in there, because remember, the trees aren't supposed to be there, one pest that comes in there is going to affect every single tree. If you diversify the dry land with lots of different species and stuff, you have backup.
Yeah.
Right? The water table has less pressure on it. The other, maybe a mite or a fly comes in and destroys a certain shrub, but there's other ones that
they don't eat that one because it's poison to them or tastes bad or something.
It's supposed to be like that, right? So you can technically lose all of it. They actually did poplar trees only in Korgan. I believe this was in Xinjiang. In these plantations, they relied on only a few clones. So they're cloned from one tree. They're not only just a monoculture, they're cloned from a couple different trees.
Sure.
And they faced massive disease and insect hazards that just wiped it out.
Yeah, it makes sense.
This is Mao's sparrows all over again.
It really is. It's very badly thought out. You know, like I grew up in Africa, obviously. I'm used to those arid, like savanna type, you know, you walk out there and there's like little shrubs and like a tree here or there, you know.
Yeah.
There's weird like umbrella trees, and there'll be like a giraffe or some crap out there, you know. And growing
That's
up,
cool.
growing up in Africa, maybe a lion somewhere, or like a leopard or something. I mean,
It's
it's annoying, but whatever, you know.
Some
elephants or whatever.
Beautiful animals are so annoying.
But what I'm saying is, you learn how important an ecosystem is.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
The dung beetle down there is important. The little shrub over there is important, this and that. And from a very young age, you learn, don't mess with this stuff. You've got nature conservation people out there.
Yes.
You've got like basically park ranger types who, you know, they're keeping an eye out. If anyone comes into that area, you know, they'll tell them, don't do this or don't do that. But yeah, you know, it's important to keep the balance of nature going.
Yes.
And when you wipe it all out and then you try to replace it with a single monoculture thing, it's so bad.
It's very communist.
Yeah, it's the worst thing you could do.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not going to work. If they were smart, they would use native species.
Correct.
And build it out properly.
But it takes time, and they don't have time, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So scale does not prove effectiveness.
Right.
The project is massive, and it looks amazing on a TikTok video. But
Yes.
it doesn't work. They promised people that the sandstorms would stop. That was a huge problem, right? These sandstorms, and you guys, if you've never been in one of these things, it looks like The Mummy. You know,
with that like with that face, and they're chasing the biplane.
Scary.
Yeah.
It's that scary when you don't know one's coming.
It looks like a huge like tidal wave coming, like a tsunami or something.
And it's like black too.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
dark, and you got to get out of that thing. These people were like, we're tired of these things, so this is supposed to combat this. It turns out it's not been effective almost at all.
Yes.
And in fact, this is a modern picture of a modern town in one of these areas. It's still windswept. It's still barren. It's still dry. And probably the worst statistic, I think, here is this land shift. The desertified land is 27.2%. It is now, after this project, 66 billion to up 100 billion trees, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's gone down from 27.2% to 26.8%.
It's what, 1%?
Less than 1%.
Less than 1% after all that. And you have to understand the amount of devastation as well that's involved in going out and planting these things and displacing all this water, bringing in water to irrigate and all of that.
Don't play
displacing
God.
people,
Don't play
not
God.
allowing people to farm the land. Yeah, it's, you know, it's just badly implemented.
Yeah.
If the idea is a good one, it's a good one to desertify, to do
Desertify for sure.
desertification. And it has been done successfully in parts of the world, but it takes time.
Yes. It's a patient endeavor.
Yeah, like you said, planting, you know, native species and allowing the ecosystem to repair itself.
Yes. In stages too.
Yeah.
Not all at once.
No, but
Right,
you just
it
got
is
to
at once.
drop a bunch. You know, here's the real truth is if they stop this like wasteful going out there and dumping water on this stuff to try and keep it going for the propaganda photos, it'll be overtaken in a matter of like months. You already see, if you look at the aerial photographs, by the way, there's a lot of AI going around.
Yes.
Scientific articles are putting out AI images of this. So they'll show like, oh, this side is desert, that side is green. Those are fake. Most of those that we ran through AI detectors show that they're AI.
Neil deGrasse Tyson put out an AI photo, well, at least reshared it on Facebook, of this AI green Great Wall.
Yeah, it's not real.
That's not good.
Nope. If you look at the real ones, you'll see that parts of it are already covered in dunes and stuff. The sand is already reclaiming the trees. And if you left it alone for a short while,
Who knows, right?
It'll
How
just
that'd
go.
be
It'll
quick,
just
right?
go away. It'll just go away.
For sure. I'm calling this a green hole. This is a green hole, and I say this because what this really is, if you uncover it, this is an investment attempt. It's a propaganda attempt, right? When you get people to think that your government, in the matter of years, can reverse such devastating desertification, then you're going to attract investment. They make the best solar panels. They make the best they care about the environment. They figure this out. This stuff that we've tried to figure out, they are way ahead. These smart Chinese people in the CCP, they know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
So it's like this big, it's a green hole. It's an investment. It
ties into something we're going to talk about later, where the Chinese Communist Party has been funding training for U.S. judges and stuff with regards to the environment.
Yes. So AFP, so Associated Free Press, actually did a couple reports on this.
Yeah.
There's this herder, right, for sheep.
Yeah.
called or goats called Dorj. He's a Mongolian guy, right? He was banned from
kind of a
grazing.
cool name.
Dorj is cool.
What's up, Dorj?
I would hang out with Dorj. I love Mongolian
Dude,
people.
Dorj. It's so fun to say.
It is
It's like
Dorj.
George, but it's not.
It's probably Dorj.
Yeah, probably.
Dorj.
What's up, Dorj?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So Dorj,
Yeah.
he's got this massive
Let's go
flock.
hang out at Dorj's place today.
He's a shepherd, right?
Yeah.
I'd hang out with Dorj in
Yeah,
his
for sure.
flock.
Yeah.
I won't be his flock, but I'll chill with him and
Yeah,
his
yeah,
flock.
yeah.
So Dorj has got this massive swath of land. He obviously doesn't own it, but like
Yeah.
he's managing the swath
Yeah,
of land
like,
with his big pasture.
He's
right?
been they've been grazing those lands
Yes.
for like generations.
For sure. I mean, this is not China stuff. This is Mongolian stuff,
Yes.
right? These are nomadic people.
Yes.
So Dorj gets banned from grazing.
Mm.
Well, not him, but his flock.
Well, and him too.
And they go, you can keep 20 of your goats.
Okay.
20
Or sheep.
20 of your sheep.
Yes.
Right. He's got tons.
Yeah.
Right. And then they go, just for appearances, they go, you can have this fenced off piece of land. They basically give him like a freaking parking lot.
Yes.
And they go, you can graze your sheep here. He says, that's not going to make me enough money. I'm barely surviving as it is, right?
Yeah.
So they do this, and those are the token ones where they actually can like let people have a little bit.
Sure.
In other situations, you had China promising all this compensation for these people that just lost their entire way of life.
Yeah.
Because of this stupid project, right? And I had
Yeah.
Mongolians in class who were whining about this.
Sure.
Their entire way of life is done because of this stupid green Great Wall. And so the government goes, we'll compensate you. So the people go and they go, we haven't been compensated. And they petition the government because that's in the Chinese constitution.
Sure.
These Mongolians. And they write it in Mongolia and they go, listen, you got to pay us. Pepper sprayed, arrested, disappeared. In fact, it led to terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
And when I say terrorist attacks, I mean like Molotov cocktails on government buildings. Because like the Mongolians literally lost their way of life.
Yes.
They can't do it. They don't live in cities. They don't
No.
want to live in a Han Chinese wasteland with a steel mill.
Yes.
Right. This is
Yeah.
not what they do. So this has caused unbelievable unrest just for a face project.
It is a face project. You got less than 1% improvement, and so people are being pepper sprayed and losing their jobs and losing their houses. Yeah, it's not cool.
The real way to do this is not tree first restoration. It's dry land first restoration. And we've already talked about this. This takes a lot of time. This is the way you do it with scientific backing.
Yeah.
It's with real ecologists. It's not like some potbelly communist official smoking cigarettes with his hands behind his back.
Yes.
With his keys on his belt saying, we need trees in here. We need them now.
Yeah, and that's
You
the
know?
thing. Like I said, if they don't constantly send the people out to irrigate these things and to replant the dead ones all the time, it will just go away. The entire effort will be wiped out like in a couple of months.
I'm glad you said irrigation because that is artificial irrigation is what's keeping these things going.
Yeah.
And they have to do it to hit administrative targets. So like the CCP goes, we must plant blah, blah, blah million trees in this little hectare area or whatever.
Sure.
And they have the inspector will go out there with his hands behind his back and be like, that's good. I see the trees are there, right?
Yeah.
And they have to hit those targets. If they don't hit those targets, heads roll.
That's
this
right.
isn't like I'm gonna get fired from my job. This is like I could get executed. This
Yeah.
is China, right?
It is, yeah.
So this is really bad. But when you have a dry land restoration, like a real dedesertification process, you have to worry about and have to build up real soil. That takes decades, right?
Yeah.
So soil health is important. They are not building soil right now.
No.
They're taking they're stripping it.
Yeah.
Literally and just hosing it down and then moving the rainwater elsewhere.
Yeah, so they have to, this huge effort, huge amount of wasted energy and time and stuff to bring water from outside to dump it in so that it gets sent up in the air.
And what
Yeah.
I find hilarious is that I've seen since some of the skepticism has come out and so like scientific proof, I've seen other like publications that I trust, like they're reliable.
Yeah.
And I won't name any, but they'll say things like, because they've put stuff out about this before where it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is amazing, look what
Yeah.
China's doing. They might be bad, but they're doing something good
Sure.
here. They're putting out articles now or videos now, and they're saying things like, China did this and maybe it wasn't great, but at least they did something and it proved that sometimes things can work, but maybe not in the intended way.
Yeah, that's
It's
like
bullshit.
Yeah, they're just messing around. They can't admit
Go
that they made a
talk to the
mistake.
people there and ask them if this was a success.
We've been there. We've spoken
Yes.
to the locals. We know that it's rubbish, and we know how China operates. And there's a crazy thing, because during the cultural devolution and the Great Leap Backwards and all of that, China was starving. Okay, things were really bad, and then Mao Zedong said, we got to produce steel, so you got to make these furnaces in your backyard. They cut down all of the trees. Nature was decimated during that time. And in Shenzhen, where I lived, of course, they built the city really quickly. They destroyed all the trees. And then they just planted ones, along the side of the road or whatever, all the same. And it's weird because you're there's greenery everywhere, but it feels unnatural.
It's so weird.
When
it's rows.
Yeah, it's rows of trees.
Big
as
trees,
soon as you cross over into Hong Kong, where they didn't destroy all the native plants and stuff, it feels like, wow, I've just stepped into a different world.
Because it's the same piece of land.
Yeah.
And that's what's so creepy is that you walk across a border, you expect to see a different language or a different building style or something because it's culture.
Yeah.
You don't expect to see different nature.
No, it's like you've walked into a wonderland.
Yes.
It's like the trees and the
lush
the
jungle.
shrubs, and you've got like all these birds
Monkeys
and stuff. But just over the border, there's a zero. Like the birds don't dare enter.
No, they're border stuff.
Yeah, it's like.
But yeah, I like that you said that because anywhere you go in China, you'll see trees. They're all the same and they're all in a row. And when you're driving along the road on your tour bus or whatever, it gives you an eerie feeling.
Yeah, so it's not very
It
natural.
feels man-made, right?
Yeah.
So my final conclusion here,
Yeah.
what I want to finish off with here is a bottom line.
Okay.
I think this is a net negative. And you'll probably not hear too many people say that. They'll say, well, we don't know, they're kind of like trying to 6-7 this,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
trying
like
to
a nonsense,
balance it.
For sure.
What this is a tree counting contest, right?
Yes.
And we find this with everything. It's the poverty alleviation.
Dude, it's with the solar panels, and when they say we are the leader in green technology, that doesn't mean they're doing it, doing the best.
The most is not the best.
They just make the most of something, and they use so much energy in the production of this stuff that it doesn't even count. It's like you can build 10 million solar panels, but you burned like 20 million solar panels worth of coal in the process to make them because you did it poorly, and you also built another 50 coal power plants in a month. It doesn't
But nobody
matter.
talks about that part.
It doesn't matter.
Nobody talks about that part.
No.
Right? Just like this.
Yeah.
It looks green so good, right?
Yeah.
That logic is bad. It's
For sure.
dumb.
Yeah.
You have to look harder into this. So I'm just going to read my little close here.
Sure.
China should not just do nothing.
Of course.
Right? They have to do something about this. It is imperative, right?
Yeah.
But instead, it should use real science to restore what the landscape can sustain. That's like with any landscape.
Yeah.
Right. Water smart vegetation, soil stability, grazing reform, and targeted shelter belts that survive without creating new ecological debt. Because what we're looking at here is even if we pretend that there were some positives here, which maybe there's some nominal positives, it looks better, I guess.
Yeah.
You are creating an absolute nightmare in the future to deal with. Like you said, if this doesn't maintain and they don't keep trucking in water to do this, what do you think the outcome is in a year or two? Right?
Yeah, they're just all going to die.
Yet again, China's made a horrifically unsustainable mistake to make propaganda videos for TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube and attract foreign investment into China's green hole. And I say don't fall for it.
Yes.
From real people that we've talked to, from being there, from watching it in its infancy to up until now, and to finally see some vindication with scientists, this is not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah,
Don't play God.
It's not speculation or opinion on our part. This is backed by science. This wasn't a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some sources if you want to check it out.
Yeah. So 66 billion deaths of trees that are going to die as soon as they stop dumping like wastewater on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sources are all in the description, right?
Yes.
So if you guys want to do some further reading on this, please feel free. We don't just make stuff up here on the China Show. We back everything up with stuff, our own experience or actual sources.
That's correct.
There we go. All right. So what do we got next?
Little reminder, eh? Little reminder. What's that say in the right there?
Total CO2 emissions in 2025. Let's see. China, 15.2 billion.
Let's read out some of those countries. We got Australia.
You know flags better
Austria,
than me.
we got Belgium, we got Canada, we got Chile, we got Finland, Israel, we got Italy, Sweden, we got UK and US.
Yeah, of course.
These are not small
We got
countries.
Turkey.
Yeah.
What else we got?
A lot of people here, right?
Yeah, we got
Poland.
South Korea, Japan, like Italy, all those.
Yeah, I mean, Japan's in there, right? We got some big population centers here.
Mm.
Add them all up.
Yes.
What do you get?
You get, if you add all of them up, you get 11.1 billion. So all of those countries combined were like 4 billion less, 4.1 billion less than China when it came to actual CO2 emissions. So anyone who thinks that China's doing something good for the environment needs to just shut the hell up.
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't even have to listen to that green belt thing, right? Like, isolate CO2. Look at this picture.
Yeah.
This is not a lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And a lot of people will try to come in with a per capita argument, but that's absolute crap because nature doesn't care. The Earth doesn't care. China's doing massive, rapid damage to our environment, and it's unsustainable. And they continue to grow because guess what? They are now building more coal-burning power plants, not less.
No.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Also, the majority of Chinese people, especially out in the rural areas, those hundreds of millions of people are dirt poor, and they're not putting out any CO2, or they're not putting out any pollution. It's these big state-owned enterprises. It's these factories. It's these cement factories pumping stuff out. It's all this rubbish. They're the ones polluting, all the steel mills, all the nonsense. So it's not the people. Per capita doesn't work in this particular thing.
And just a little, like, you don't need to listen to him.
No.
A little a wake-up call. I like to just use very specific examples because you can use something grand like that Green Belt Road and be like, yeah, whatever, like that's huge. That doesn't. You got to look at smaller examples too.
Yeah.
Garlic processing. You probably say, oh, they probably peel garlic and throw it in compost. No, this whole town is being destroyed by so many horrific chemicals.
Yes.
Like phorate and parathion, which is banned, by the way.
Yeah.
You have maleic hydrazide, which is a chemical sprout suppressant. Don't want that in the water, do you?
No.
You have methyl bromide, which is it's a fumigant to get rid of like fungus and stuff, and it kills vegetation.
Yeah, by the way, take a look. That milky, gross substance, what's that caused by?
Methyl bromide.
Yeah, okay.
And mixed with chlorine.
This guy flew a drone, because he's from this area, he's like, what's going on? To see how far it goes down the river and where it came from. And you can see the scope. Obviously now, all of the crops that you see there are now, this is being seeped into the groundwater and so on. They're all going to have like methyl bromide, whatever this
Chlorine,
nonsense.
dude. There's chlorine in there.
Yeah. So it goes far. There's another river down there. Let's see how far it goes down this river. You can see that milky substance. It's all, not natural.
I didn't see milk.
Yeah, exactly.
That's garlic milk. You don't want garlic.
Yeah, you don't want garlic. Look how far down it goes. And then he actually finds the source of it shortly.
What is?
What? I'll tell you.
Must be nice to live in a real country.
True.
Okay, so the source is not made up. It's those factories over there that do all the garlic peeling. See, that's like a huge factory town over there. So, I mean, this is just how China operates.
They got beautiful pollution.
That's lovely.
Pause it there. I do want this as a PSA for two purposes. Number one, obviously, ecological destruction here.
Yes.
Right? This is freaking loot and plunder. This is Captain Planet.
Yeah.
This is like a 90s villain.
Yeah, I never understood in that show the villains would be like, I want to destroy the Earth. Just because I hate the ozone layer or something.
The nature, but it's kind of
but
like...
in China, it's just like, I'm just going to destroy the Earth because I just want money.
But the second fold thing, the reason I wanted to show you this is that don't buy Chinese garlic.
Yes.
Number one, it's made of slave labor.
Yes. They get prisoners to do it, and their fingernails and stuff fall off because of the...
And they use their mouth.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
Number two, that's a common thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Number two, the chemicals involved are not this is not your Massachusetts garlic. This isn't your California garlic. They're using banned chemicals to do this. It is always imperative that when you buy garlic, make sure it doesn't say product with China on it.
Yeah. Look at all those.
Take the hit. It's not that expensive.
No, get some organic,
grow yourself.
Fancy pantsy, hippy dippy nonsense, Get it. It's good for you. It's good for the environment. Yeah, it's terrible to see. And, when somebody like this dude points this out, he's going to get into trouble. The local government is going to be bribed by the garlic company, and they're going to be like, you know what? Take care of this guy.
That guy, I hope he had a fulfilled life.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
By the way, we wanted to show you something. On Monday, we introduced everybody to the worst comedian in the world. Like in the world.
On our Patreon show.
World. Yeah. I'll show you what that was all about, because it was actually funny. Let's get that volume up.
Kind of.
No, it wasn't funny.
Yeah,
I'm lying. No,
that's what was great.
An English Corner is something that you can voluntarily participate in, but what happens is most schools and training centers and universities that you work for will get you to participate. I mean, you can...
part of the contract, yes.
Yeah, most of the old dudes are trying to pick up the young girls who are trying to learn English, which is gross.
There's a reason we're explaining all
Yes, okay. Because we're going to now talk about comedy.
I'm not gonna change who I am. I eat with a fork. I don't speak Chinese and I sit with that shit. I got my Chinese permanent residence card.
by the way, this is the spiciest comedy that I've ever seen in my life. And you can tell this is exactly just an English corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the queen of comedy. That's what she's called, the queen of English comedy in China. That guy's really annoying.
Okay.
We haven't seen his jokes, though. Maybe he's actually good.
I'm not a violent person. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best?
So we thought we'd just give you an idea.
Quick rundown first.
Yes.
China is trying to infiltrate the stand-up comedy scene.
Yes.
They're trying to co-opt it, and they're trying to make it their own. We think we're ahead of it right now.
Yes.
We think it's going to try to co-opt Western comedians to go to China, and then they'll get talking points from the CCP and then go back on their podcast and start doing propaganda.
Yes.
That's the ultimate goal. In the meantime, they have to make a meaningful comedy scene.
Sure.
And this is the top comedian that they chose.
This is the top comedian, and we went to
He only does
social
propaganda.
media, his Chinese social media and stuff, and we took his highlight reel, like stuff that he's published that he thinks are his best jokes.
Yeah.
This is one of his best jokes that we're going to show you right now, just so you guys get a taste. Because if you want to see the whole thing, we really run down and well, anyway, let's show you this joke. Let's do it.
Best thing about Shandong. The height of people. That's when you tell people, like, I'm from Shandong, people are really tall over there. How tall are you? Not that tall. Is that why you left? I'm gonna go to this Shanghai and be regular size.
Yeah, that was actually his best joke.
Yes.
That was his
Well,
best.
to be fair.
Yeah, that was his best joke. So if you want to go see the worst comedian in the world, you can go look at Shaban Ho.
Patreon.com/ADV podcast. It's the best way to support us.
Yes.
You'll get access to over 200 episodes.
Yes.
We're live every Monday. If you like the China show, if you like what you're watching now, you're going to love that show. And again, when I say the best way to support us, most of the money goes to us. This is very hard to fund the show.
Yeah.
We don't get many sponsors, so it's
Yes.
we wanted to give something back too. If you're going to help us out, we wanted to have a whole nother show. So we
Yeah.
do that every Monday.
It's super fun. And I'm not joking when I said that was his best joke.
Yes.
So if you want to see what they try to pass off as jokes in China stand-up comedy, please go watch. You will
Also-
not be disappointed. It's the worst thing you've ever seen in your life.
If you are a member on Patreon, you'll get to vote on the next topic. And I will say that today we have to pull the vote.
Yeah.
The winner of Monday's vote topic, what we'll cover on Monday, is stuff that China copied from the Soviet Union. So China is really, like, in many ways, a poor copy of the Soviet Union.
Yes.
We're going to go through everything that they did copy and what stuff pervades until today. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
If you like historical documentaries, go check it out. Patreon.com/ADV podcast. Maybe you can play our old ticker
This one.
just so people can see it. Best way to support us, swear.
Yeah, back when we were thin.
Well, it was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow. I can't fit any of my old clothes anymore.
Dang.
Anyway, yeah, time for us to continue, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's, Worldview, where we talk about everything in the world, specifically with regards to China. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Venezuela quickly.
What did you make here?
Well, okay.
That's not Hugo Chavez.
No, it's Little Hand Man.
Oh, okay.
You see? Put your little hand in mine. You know, that thing. Anyway, so Little Hand Man here is responsible for Los Cocos. What is Los Cocos?
China is. China is responsible.
Well, he's responsible
I
for
don't
everything.
think he even knew about it.
Of course he did. He sat there and he said, he was like, let's make a Los Cocos.
He said it like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Hugo Chavez complex.
Don't be locos.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah.
And then he also did the Caracas residential towers. No, but quite seriously though, China's been responsible for building socialist housing for Venezuela.
Let's see.
Okay, so let's take a quick look. So you got Los Cocos. But as we know, Venezuela was hit with these devastating earthquakes. I mean, it's almost unimaginable how terrifying that must be.
Yeah, that's insane.
And if you take a look, just the buildings collapsing, horrific. Massive, massive disaster. I feel incredibly bad for the people of Venezuela, and I really hope that
God bless.
the people are rescued as much as possible.
Still tens of thousands missing, right?
Yeah, like 60,000 people missing or something. You know what that means?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Because I guess if you're living in a socialist country and you're just hanging around.
Wow, who is filming that? That's insane.
Yeah, I don't know about that particular one.
Okay.
I got it from a bunch of
Don't
different
blame
sources.
us. This is just stuff
Yeah.
that was going around.
This is
We
part
can't
of
verify any this.
articles that I was looking at. But yeah, there's been huge devastation around Venezuela, as we all know. But people are mad. Okay, they're mad because, well, a lot of the projects that were built by China specifically was China, Turkey, and Belarus.
Belarus, yeah.
They did a lot of stuff for the government, kind of under the table. It was
Okay.
like military. The military was involved and kind
So
of
they
shielded
didn't
it.
use the seismic scientists to like,
No.
check things out.
I believe this is an aerial shot of Los Cocos, which is, one of the China-built ones, which the majority of the building was done by China. A lot of it collapsed, which is to be, it's to be expected because China is well known for its tofu dregs
Yeah.
and taking shortcuts.
Yeah.
So when rescuers were, digging around for people, they found
Miren esta mierda. Es anime, weón, es anime. Las columnas, esta mierda gobierno maldito, es anime.
styrofoam.
No se van a caer, mira. No se van a caer. Y por aquí le ponen medio cemento. Pero está relleno de anime.
They're showing like, look, there's a thin layer of cement, but underneath it's all this expanded like.
Oh, tell me it's not China without telling me it's not China. You know what I mean? Like this is my building in Inner Mongolia was made of styrofoam.
Yeah, we've seen it lots of times
Yeah.
where like they have these new projects they put up and then like actual, even structural parts are just filled with this instead of concrete.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. China does take a lot of shortcuts. Of course, it's impossible to verify who built what
Yeah,
and where
yeah, sure.
in a place of Venezuela, but the reports
They had their hands in the area, right?
the reports are the buildings that were built by China suffered severe damage. And they're finding this type of thing in the wreckage. And that's what we can say.
Puro anime. Maldito anime. En el centro es anime, mío. No se van a caer, mío. Todo por el medio es anime.
Talk about being let down.
Wow.
Quite literally.
Literally let down.
By your government.
Yeah.
Because you think socialism is great or whatever. And like, hey, yeah, okay, build me a nice apartment or whatever.
Venezuela goes, you know what? We love China. They're our best socialist buddies.
Well, they bring China in and other countries to build these things on the cheap for them, you know. And China has a lot of experience building things quickly, so it makes sense. They build them quick, they build them cheap, they get them up. But of course, they take shortcuts. And they're not going to care abroad. They care even less, right? So they're just going to build this crap.
Look at the kitchen with the delivery cooking, right? Like if they're treating it like that, where the customer doesn't matter, it's not my food, then what do you think they're going to do with buildings?
Exactly.
Come on.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just kind of how it is. Now, we wanted to touch on this. You want to talk about this a bit?
Yeah, so there's the new national unity law. We did teach you about that last week. If you don't know, there's this new law that China just enacted that basically it tries to make everyone come under the Han Chinese umbrella. It's very like Hitler-esque.
Yes.
It's very bad. But it's actually has a lot of different parts to it.
Yeah.
And there's a warning that they're putting out for people that have said anything bad about China online.
Yes.
Really, if you're not even Chinese, this is a problem. And what we have to look at here is there's a new law that's going to put you in trouble here. There's Article 63 says that this law has extraterritorial application, meaning speech and actions by foreigners. So you probably outside of China can be subject to punishment. Criticism of minority ethnic or religious issues. So Xinjiang, Tibet.
So
Taiwan.
basically, if you were someone like us, or even maybe you on social media are very vocal about it, you're like, I'm against the Uyghur cultural genocide or Tibetans, like this tragic situation that we've just seen where the Tibetan set himself on fire. We were going to cover that, but we want to put a more robust thing together.
Sure.
But, if you were to like start boosting this on social media, if this was like a part of your identity and you were to fly through a airport, which
Any of
is,
these, on the list.
that you can see here.
Including Hong Kong and Macau.
Yeah, including those two. You could be arrested.
This law pertains to you. Can you go to the next one so we can actually see what would put you at risk?
Sure.
So statements supporting Taiwan's independence, criticizing CCP, talking about Xinjiang, Tibet, Hong Kong, or sensitive history.
Yes.
Expressing support for Taiwan's independence or related movements. An airport you don't have to worry about is actual Mongolia, free Mongolia.
Yeah, the Genghis Khan.
They won't do anything to you. That's not part of China.
Yeah.
Whether these laws will ultimately be enforced remains uncertain. However, once you enter jurisdiction, you become subjects to its laws. So even a connecting flight, right?
This is so worrying because, you know, what if you're on a flight and there's a storm and they have to divert and they have to divert to Shanghai or something now, or Hong Kong. Now you're possibly in a situation where you could get arrested because you made a post about Tibet on your social media. It's possible. They can do it.
That China is getting very, very cocky and greedy in what it can do.
Yeah, so let's take a look. The extremely high risk are overseas Uyghurs, Tibetans, and Mongolians, okay?
Yes. These are like, they're going to try to get you to come back.
Yes.
They're
going to try to trick you into, you know, they'll pull the whole sick grandmother thing or something, you know? Foreign lawmakers and political figures, journalists, scholars, and think tank researchers, they're at high risk. So people like us, for instance, who make the China show, well, we already know we can't go back. But like, if you're just doing research, you're just a journalist, you know.
Well, let's say you're a journalist working for a paper and they say, do an article about China and talk about how they're making Tibet called Xizang now.
Yes.
And you're at risk there.
Yeah, so medium risk are multinational corporations and supply chain firms.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. But anything is a risk. Basically.
Yeah, it's just good to point that out, right? Another high risk, extremely high risk would be overseas Chinese dissidents, so people that actually actively make protests and speak out against the
and
CCP.
Just overseas Chinese people, because, you know, if you post stuff on Twitter or something as an overseas Chinese person, even if you like retweeted something and you weren't like really paying attention and it was something sensitive to the CCP, you could get into trouble.
That's right. Taiwanese officials and ordinary citizens, Taiwanese people are under severe scrutiny because they're trying to reclaim it, right?
Yes.
Religious groups. So if you're a prominent religious figure or you are just very actively and openly religious and China deems you a threat, they can do something to you about that.
Correct.
And of course, the medium risk is, you know, online platforms, content creators, right?
Yeah.
Just a warning. Just a little warning there. Yeah.
I just don't like the fact that this is getting to the point where it is. Anyway, guys, it's time for us to have our Q&A segment, Yamcha, where we answer your questions and you question our answers. It's Friday, so I hope you guys are getting ready for the weekend. If you're in the United States, well, it's almost 4th of July. I hope you guys have got great plans.
Yes, happy 4th of July to all the patriots out there.
Exactly.